Good morning. Hey there. Is everybody here? Bella and I are here, and I am having a good time this morning. You know what Grandma did? She got up, and she was tired. So guess what we did? Me and Bella went back to bed. Look at this. This has got birds on it somewhere. I wanted to show it to you. Oh, where'd they go? Oh, I don't know. It's just so pretty. There they are. Birds. So I was looking in my big iPad, which is right here by me, for a good verse for this morning, and I found one. For we need encouragement sometimes, even a 90-year-old grandma. And I have used it before, and I never get tired of it. It's Isaiah 41:10, NIV. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And he does that all the time. Because this morning, I went back to bed. I just didn't get enough sleep last night, I guess. That happens sometimes. But Bella was ready to go. She was hot to trot. That is the strangest cat I have ever met. She truly wants to be on videos. The Lord is using her. She's helping me and she's encouraging me. She's a helper. You know, there's the gift of helps. And I think Bella has it. And maybe I do too. You know, we try to help each other in this life. And there are the gifts of helps. And there are other gifts that the Bible speaks of. Which I think I tell James all the time when I tell him to do something, honey, I'm just helping you. You know, the Bible says the wife is the helpmeet. That's in the King James Version. And my nose is running. I was thinking this morning about how it's been 6 months since I started doing these videos. And so what I did was I went back and looked at that first one. And I just had got a new wig. And we like our wigs. And I was talking about Hannity, whom I listen to all the time because I'm a conservative. And I can't help it, I'm a conservative. I just can't see murdering little babies in your uterus. Because Kathy and Karen, my twins, were 2.5 months early. And nowadays they could ask me, do you want to let them live or you want to let them die? What do you want to do? I saw that on TV, where the doctors in a certain state can say, well, they're pretty early, we can just wait and I don't want to do that. I want my babies. I was so happy to have Kathy and Karen. And now they're 70 years old, and they're a blessing. They've been married for many years. Big Tom's over there keeping me company, but I was looking at that first video. You know what? I looked at myself when I started that one, and it's been it was in November. And look how many people have subscribed. You know, that's another miracle of God. And I decided to tell the world and anybody want to listen about all the miracles that God has done for me in my life. So y'all go back and check some of them because they're true stories and they happened to me. I lived through them. So, you know, I get so many comments that say how much they enjoy watching. And y'all are such an encouragement. And you tell me I'm pretty. Well, now that's kind of you. And I appreciate it. So sometimes I get so many comments saying, hello, Grandma, that I just click the little heart and go on. If it catches my eye, then I'll talk some. But there's too many now to answer each one of you individually. And I know Jared is still trying to answer everybody individually. But, honey, he's not 90 years old. And I want to do other things like go to the Walmart, go to the Goodwill, Myers, and Aldi's is just out the road. But this morning, we are so blessed. The man next door, he used to be a cook for a nursing home. And he cooked up a big pot of stuff, beef stew. And he gave us a little bit of it the other day, and it was delicious. He must have made a 10-gallon bucket. I don't know. But he brought over another big bowl full. So I don't have to cook today because it's delicious. That's what I say. We're just blessed. People are so kind. Now, we went over to that flea market yesterday, and that was a whoop-de-doo day, let me tell you. There was an Indian in there made out of metal, about 6 foot tall. And that's why James went. Have I ever showed you the Indian he has in his living room over at my house, or his house? I gotta do that. Talk about ugly. He likes carved things. It don't ring my bell, but it rings his bell. So he knew that it was over there at that mall flea market thing we was going to yesterday, and he had a motivation to go, and I didn't figure it out till we got there. And that place is so big you can get lost in it. I mean, it's got 3 floors, and it's a big place. And so somebody had to show him where it was at. He said, "Did you get a picture of that? Did you put that on YouTube?" I said, "I didn't even think about it. It was not pretty. It was ugly. I didn't even think about it." I said, "I got interested in the trains and other stuff." He said, "Well," he thought, "Sure, I put that on there." No, I did not. It was most unattractive to me, and I thought and it was like $800 or something. And I thought, if he brings that thing home, Lord help us. I mean, I pray about everything. That's not a joke. Because we already got one Indian in one corner that's 6 foot tall, carved out of wood. And it ain't too pretty. But he loves it. You know, a lot of these things I have to tell myself, it's not that big a deal. Put up with it. But when he drags in too much stuff, sometimes, I hope he don't watch this, sometimes they disappear. And I try to take them where he can't find them again. Now, he don't go to the Goodwill. And I usually don't give stuff to the Goodwill, but I don't dare give it to the Salvation Army. He's liable to find it again and bring it home again. And then I'll be stuck with it again. I've got to declutter at his house again. What I do is I do it slowly. And I put them in sacks, and I put them in the back of my car, and they go to the Goodwill, because he don't go to the Goodwill, and he won't find it anymore. That man loves junk. He brings home stuff that you can't believe. Oh, you could believe, too. I'll show you sometime. So anyhow, it's not the end of the world, I tell myself. If he brings this stuff home, he's happy for a time, and that's why we go to yard sales. But I found a couple of scarves. I don't find very much anymore because I've got plenty of clothes. And you'll go to these yard sales, and they'll have racks and racks of clothes. Well, when you're 90 years old, children, you've got clothes. I don't need any more. Now, I can see these children already saying comments this morning, and I do enjoy the comments. But it's a miracle the way the Lord just lets me chatter on, and y'all seem to enjoy it. I am a typical grandma, I think. I look in there and I say, "You're not a bad-looking old grandma still." That's how I got started. When I got started, I was going to take a selfie with my iPad, and I've told this story. Don't you like these earrings? They clip on. That's the only kind I can wear. And I got my blue bow, my blue scarf with the birds on it. There's the birds. Oh, isn't they pretty? Anyway, let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah. When I started, I was going to take a selfie. And I looked at myself and I said, and my wig didn't look too bad. So I went ahead and I said, I'm going to talk a while. You don't look too bad to be 90. And then I'm going to put it on YouTube for the kids, for my children. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. Do you think my kids watch these stuff? No, they're tired of it. The grandkids watch it more than they do. They're not interested. They've heard me. They heard me many times. They don't watch my videos. Now, if I get a short one and it's good, I send it to them. They can't get out of it. They're going to look at it. I send it to chat. And there they are. It's going to be 50 seconds or something like that. And that's how and then I chat with them all the time. I talk to them and I'm close to them. But they don't take time to watch a 10-minute video. Baloney. They're busy watching naked walking in the woods or something. I don't do that one. I think they do. It's some TV show where they go to the wilds and they're as naked as jaybirds and try to live naked. Now, is that dumb? To me it is. I like some of those reality shows. I like that one where they have stuff. You know, they can have bows and arrows and clothes and build them a tent. Now, I liked that one when that was on. It's called Alone, and I think it's going to start coming back on. That was interesting. And they give them so much stuff to make it. They can fish, shoot squirrels, and all kinds of stuff. That's a good one. But that naked? No, thank you. I don't want to see their bare butts. And I did check in on them, and I saw some bare butts. They don't show your privates. Somebody just now, Stephanie is saying, thank you for sharing these stories. Well, you're quite welcome, honey. God bless all you kids that are looking and maybe watching them all the way through. Now, that's a miracle of God right there. You know, they just won't watch them all the way through, but that's life. Whatever turns you on, be happy and enjoy. We only go through here one time. I met that little 92-year-old lady when we went to eat dinner, excuse me, Sunday. Vera. So James says, just sit down and get acquainted with her. So I did. And we exchanged phone numbers, and we've talked on the phone now. But she's 92, and she still drives and gets out by herself, and she's had 3 husbands. And the last one only lasted 4 years. But he left her a nice home, and she's a dedicated Christian woman. And she said, okay, you're 90. She says, are you ready to go? She was checking out to see if I was a Christian. She was going to witness to me. I said, yes, honey, I am. I said, are you? She said, oh, yes, I certainly am. I said, well, you know the Lord and I know the Lord, and that's what's important. She said, yes, it is, and I'm glad to hear you know the Lord, because I had not at that point told her, you know, that my message is Jesus Christ and Him crucified, and that He died for us on the cross, and He loves us so much. Y'all know my message. I didn't dream I would get to tell all these people my life stories. So y'all check them out. I don't want to have to tell them again. They're already there. So now you know what I'm telling everybody mainly? What happens from day to day. And of course, that's what All Around Grandma does. She tells what's going on in her life, and I watch her. And chit-chat with Granny Pat. Now, she comes up with some interesting stuff sometimes about World War II and different things. And she makes beautiful settings on her tables for holidays. See, that's not my bag. I don't do that kind of stuff. But everybody's different. And so it's interesting to see different people in different venues and different ways. That's what I think. And you know I'm a flirt and a flip. And see, I flip. That is so much fun. I've always been a flipper, you know, and I like to flirt. And James don't pay me no attention when I flirt with another guy. If I ever find one, I don't know where he's at. But if I find him, I'll flirt with him a little because I'm harmless. It makes them feel good if you say, what is a good-looking man like you doing out here by yourself? Or something like that. I'm real outgoing. They like it. But I tell you what, the best looking one of all is my handsome James, number 3. You know, I changed churches how I met him because I was crying over number 2. Now, number 2, let me tell you about number 1 and number 2 and number 3, which is James Blair. Somebody said their name was Blair. I saw that. Well, what a nice name. But number 1 had a great sense of humor. Buddy and I used to just laugh, and he thought I was the funniest thing going. And I would say things, and he would just laugh. Now, number 2, bless his heart, he did not have a sense of humor. Those were some of the boringest years when I was with him because I couldn't get him to laugh. But I married James, and he was laughing from the get-go. When I told him I was a little outgoing the first time we went out to eat, I thought he was going to fall right off that chair, laughing. And then when I make some of these shorts and he hears me talking and what I'm saying, he's laughing in the seat right next to me because he thinks I'm so funny. And I do like to entertain, I guess. Like Chit-Chat Granny Pat said, I'm here to entertain you. Well, you know, maybe I am too. And I just never realized it. But maybe I did. I know I used to put shows on for my kids, my brothers, and well, not for Norman and Phyllis and Tommy and David. And I would get out and I would pretend that all the actors, I would do it all. But I never could do plays at school because I can't remember my lines. They're gone. So I never did that. So here I am, entertaining you children and you friends and you other little grandmas. Let's entertain each other and enjoy life one day at a time. And maybe sometimes it's just an hour at a time. But until then, God bless you. Walk that walk where Jesus would be pleased with you. Now, where's them glasses where I don't look cross-eyed? Aha! Here they are. I like them. I like these hearts. Now, is that cute or what? And you can't see if my eyes go crossed. But they do when I punch that little red. Because you know what I've discovered? I bought this little mini iPad. And it's just as cute as a button. And there goes Big Tom. And so I've been using it to tape to do as a camera. And it's just been doing so good. It's so easy to use, better than my big one. And it really gives good reflection. And me and Bella like it, and I don't know where she went. So I'm going to tell y'all one more time. Walk that walk where Jesus would be pleased with you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. God bless you.